Hi guys! Today I wanted to do my TBR for the Once Upon a Faebruary readathon. I love fairy tales, so I'm super excited about joining in on this. This is a readathon being hosted by, I've got all the names written down. There's quite a few of them. Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay, Christy from Christy A. Cole, Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, Kat from Cat Stories, and Reese from The Writing Songbird, and Celestria. I'll link all their channels down below. And I'll also include all the prompts down there. And so I'm hoping to go for completing all 12 prompts. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so the first prompt is Red Rose, a book with red on the cover. So for that I will be reading The Healer's Apprentice by Melanie Dickerson. Excuse the glare. There's red at least in the text. There's at least red in the text and on her dress. There's a little bit. And then I do have actually plans. I'd like to reread the entire Hoggenheim series. We'll see how that goes. There's 11 books, so we'll see if that works out. But there's other books with red on the cover if I do wind up doing that. Let's see. All right, next is Fairy Godmother, a gender-flipped retelling. And so for that, I am going with The Peasant's Dream, also by Melanie Dickerson. This is the 11th book in the Hoggenheim series, so I would like to read them all. So we'll see how that goes. But this is a gender-swapped Cinderella retelling. If not, I may reread Dream of Kings, which was my favorite book from last year. It's a gender-swapped Joseph retelling, like Joseph in the Bible. So if I can't get to book 11 by the end of the month, then I may do that. But I'd like to read the whole series. We'll see. I can go through Melanie Dickerson books pretty fast, and these are all rereads. So I'm hoping they'll go pretty fast. Alright, next is Merryman, a male main character. And that one is a prompt I'm going to combine with my, let's see. I'm trying to do Chantal's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge this year. So I am on the Montgomery Path, and the Montgomery Path, the prompt for February is read a book over 400 pages. For that I'm reading, oh, did it flip? Yeah, okay. Ben-Hur, Tale of the Crust is the subtitle, but everybody just knows it as Ben-Hur. Which I've not read it all the way through, I don't think, the full version. I've read an abridged version, and I've seen the more recent movie. I've not seen the old one. But Ben-Hur is definitely over 400 pages, and also it has a male main character. And then the next prompt is Evil Stepmother, a Notorious Villain, and for that I'm also doing Ben-Hur, because Masala's pretty famous, I think, so. And also kind of terrible to his best friend as a child, like his childhood best friend. He's also really terrible, so I think he works for that prompt. Alright, next is Pixie Dust, a Magical Creature. And for that, I am going with the Dreamkeepers Saga, The Dragon and the Stone. I keep thinking it's Dragon Keepers, but it's Dreamkeepers. Oops. Anyway, it says dragon, so I'm assuming there's a dragon in it. I guess I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there will be a dragon in this book. Next, I have Midnight, You Are the Last to Read a Book, or a hyped book. And for that, I'm going with Flight of the Raven, which is book 2 in the Ravenwood Saga. I read book 1 last year, gave it 5 stars, loved it. And this is, I know, pretty popular on Christian BookTube, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Alright, next is Bluebeard, a lesser-known retelling. And lesser-known is kind of subject to interpretation. I'm going with Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson, which is in a different series, not in Hoggenheim. So even if I don't finish Hoggenheim, I can definitely get to this one. And this one is a retelling of, I think the fairy tale is, what, The Wild Swans? Yes, The Wild Swans. My husband said he'd not heard of it, and he's heard of, like, the normally known fairy tales, I feel like, so I'm going with this one as my lesser-known retelling. They said we can stretch prompts, so, or at least Celestria did in her video, so if that's a stretch, then that's a stretch, but I don't think it's very much of a stretch. Alright, next is an animal that is integral to the plot, and again, based on the fact that this is the first book is called The Dragon and the Stone. I assume the dragon is pretty integral to the plot. If not, some of the Melanie Dickerson books I'm pretty sure also have important animals, so I will get that prompt covered somehow. Alright, next is Musical Voice, a book that incorporates music and or singing. And I would like to, again, one of the Melanie Dickerson books is The Silent Songbird, which should cover that, because I'm pretty sure there's music involved, because she's called a songbird. But if not, this one I'm pretty sure also has it. It's The Songbird by Maysu Andrews. It is a biblical fiction about Joseph's wife before, I think it's Joseph's wife, before she's married to Joseph. And that is actually a short story. So that one I'm also confident I can get to. It's like 73 pages. Let's see. Next is Long Locks, a Girl with Long Hair. Pretty sure, again, most of the Melanie Dickersons will count for this, so I'm just going to leave it at that and say, yeah. Somewhere in all of these books that I'm reading, we will have a girl with long hair. Then we have Snow Queen. Characters are on a quest, and again, I'm going to go with the Dragon and the Stone for that one. And also, again, multiple Melanie Dickersons I feel like can count for that, for quests. There's several, I think, that would count for that. And then Thumbelina, a short book, or the shortest on your TBR, 250 pages or less. So technically, the Songbird that I mentioned is 73 pages, so that's pretty short. But I'm also hoping to read The Light Princess by George MacDonald. This is like 110, I think. Yeah, 110. So between those two, I will have this prompt covered. So I'm super excited about participating in this readathon. If you're participating, let me know what you're reading. And hopefully I can get it all done. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.